what have you struggled with in your leadership, like previous to maybe doing the course? How did you think about it, and what wasn't working?
Well, right off, okay, what comes to mind right away is I didn't identify as a businesswoman or a leader in a sense, or an entrepreneur even. Like I just like didn't identify as that because I felt so different than what I expected that mold to be. So for a long time, I just like didn't acknowledge that that was who I was. I didn't identify that way. Um, but I've just had this sort of like awakening through this. We're kind of going like, I just am exactly me. And this is like what I'm really good at. And I really like, putting a team together, building a culture. And this is who I am. Like as soon as I start owning my identity as just me and like whatever version of like entrepreneurship or businesswoman that I want to be is exactly who I'm supposed to be. It's not, there isn't a mold. And yeah, to kind of like get into that idea of like imposter syndrome, like those things come up. You doubt yourself a lot. And I'm doubting myself a lot less lately, for sure. Like coming out of college pro, I just doubted myself so much. And there was a few times where I felt like a lot of like heartbreak over like not being noticed or being compared to my male counterparts who were, maybe getting chosen over me for things and just overlooked. And I just like have come back to kind of like at the core of who I am and like how I want to run this company and not like waiting for anyone else's sort of like opinion or advice. Like I like to take advice and I'm not like saying I don't. But at the end of the day, like I'm trying to really own what I feel and what my gut tells me in my decisions.
And what's been working for you with that? Because I think in business, so much, especially today, it's like rely on data, be analytical, make smart decisions, consult people, and that intuitive knowing. It's almost like there's this mentality of it's not to be trusted. And it's something that I am so fascinated with. So I'd be curious to get your take on how you balance the two between making smart business decisions, but also leading from a place of intuition and like a deeper sense of knowing.
I think for a long time, I felt if I didn't go to business school, I didn't learn how to formally do finances or payroll or bookkeeping or anything like that. Like I've just really learned organically as I've gone through this process. And I felt very threatened by people who did know how to do those things. It would make me feel very small. Like if I was going into a conversation or like a call like this, and I was on with people who were business experts. So they say, I would make myself feel small. Like I would not be as confident outwardly telling them about my processes, or I wouldn't feel confident talking about my financials because I was so afraid that they would ask me a specific term that I like just didn't know. But I know my financials like inside and out. Maybe I'm not the best like building spreadsheets and putting that all together, but I know what my business is. Like I know what things cost. I know how much gas we're spending every week. Like, and a lot of it is intuitive. But I really struggled showing up to those types of situations or sitting in on meetings like that because I felt small, or inexperienced or uneducated around it.